Happening right now, the polls are open in Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana. Do you know an ID is required to vote in person in all three of those states? And in Indiana, if you're a first-time voter and you registered by mail, you need to bring a proof of residency. Polls are open until 7:30 tonight in Ohio. They will close a bit earlier at 6 o'clock in both Indiana and Kentucky.
In this very different election year, polling places across the country and here in the tri-state are using new technology and training to make sure your vote is counted as quickly and accurately as possible. WCPO 9 News reporter Allie KRAEMER joins us live with what Hamilton County is doing differently this year. Good morning, Allie.
Good morning, Julie. I can tell you in Hamilton County, well, they're going to be calculating those absentee ballots and those early in-person ballots pretty quickly. So as you mentioned, the polls close at 7:30 in Ohio, and then by about 8 o'clock, we're going to start seeing some of those first reports of preliminary numbers. But again, most of those are not going to include any of the votes that are actually cast today. Now, after those initial results, reports will be released intermittently throughout the night as ballots from today are totaled. Hamilton County is hopeful that they'll be finished between midnight and 1 a.m. as they are in a typical election year. Now, unlike other counties, Hamilton County is a paper-based system. A vast majority of voters simply mark their ballots with a pen, and the director of elections, Sherry Poland, tells us that there's not much that can go wrong when it's all with pen and paper. That being said, Hamilton County is still taking extra precautions this year because of the pandemic.
We've trained our poll workers. We also have what we call troubleshooters. There's 94 of them, and they are assigned to polling locations and they're out in the field all day on election day. They have backup supplies, they have backup equipment. They're there to support the poll workers in any way they may need on election day so that we can make the process as smooth as possible for the voters.
Now, those troubleshooters at each polling locations are sort of the expert to make sure that when an issue does arise, that you don't have to sort of juggle that on your own. And of course, remember to maybe thank those poll workers because there was a big push and a shortage of them this year. So many of them able to step up and sort of help out in this time. Do not forget your mask either when you head to the polls because it will be required. They will have some there if you don't have one, but I wouldn't count on it. For now, reporting live, Allie KRAEMER, WCPO 9 News.